Never mind. Okay, they just go for the
Wrong
Ursa.
again, Ricky. Wrong again, you stupid idiot.
So here's the thing. They're running into the same situation as game one where they have this Ursa. It is better into these heroes, right? Like last game, we in game one, it got absolutely hard countered by
We're 10 seconds
the
out. Now the
Dazzle.
time to tell an
But
announcer your
you see
level.
this Tide
5
Hunter
seconds to
phase
go.
one. I kind of just
5 seconds.
forgot that they weren't saving last pick for their off lane. So yeah, this Ursa pick actually makes a lot of
Yeah, you
sense.
know exactly what you're playing into. Tidehunter, even though he's got the Anger Smash to reduce damage, it's not going to reduce what he's taking from the Fury Swipe. So build up to him onto him. They're non-dispellable. Kraken Shell
Dire gets
cannot get
back.
rid of them, so he has to walk up pretty far out of lane, reset before he can come back in and deal with the Ursa. But they pick up the Medusa here. Needs the Enigma in the Ursa. I mean, one of the few heroes that can actually stand his ground, survive the
Gets
initial
the ban.
burst from the overpower on the Ursa. Also, like if Enigma tries to come in and
Dire
black
gets
hole
the
you, you
ban.
need to drop that black hole before the stone gaze comes off.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, your black hole just gets interrupted. So you have a couple of issues here for Alpha. I do like the Medusa pick quite a bit.
I just gotta ask: does literally nobody play Gyro anymore? Am I dumb? Like, what's
Oh
happening
my
here?
god, no! Nobody plays
10
Gyro.
seconds.
It's crazy.
Dead hero.
Hero's good, man.
5 seconds.
Why? I mean,
4, 3.
he's kind of good, but do you see what people were doing on him before? They were just going stats and flat cannon.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was pretty funny. But like you need a big
He
heroes
was
that
like
have like good
114
abilities
with
to fight into the
like
enemy.
6 levels of stats at like level 12.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Um, no, it's just like I think they're giving too much space to the Enigma again. Like you pick the
Radiant gets
Medusa.
the
This
ban.
is kind of similar to the Beastmaster matchup we saw yesterday, where it's like you can't really apply pressure to the Medusa in this lane, but you can at least deny experience this time. And
Yeah.
Medusa doesn't really shut down Enigma. Um, and I feel like they're going to potentially run into a similar scenario we saw here in game two, where this Enigma eventually just has like
10
BKB,
seconds.
Refresher, Blink Dagger, like too many items to go into the late game, and you don't
5
have
seconds.
that BKB piercing disable. You just have Stone Gaze, and it's like it's hard to preemptively use that in these engagements.
Would you say that you're cringing at Cringe Crew?
No, it's just they. It's got to
I don't
be
even know we have that. That's okay.
a 5 Undying again in this lane. It's got to be Undying in front of the Medusa.
Dire's turn to pick.
Actually, ban out the Invoker. That one's pretty good.
Yep. Worried about the Cataclysm combinations or even EMPs shutting down the Medusa's mana shield in the early game.
But last pick mid lane for both teams. Cringe Crew again getting last pick, which I mean they got it all 3 games. It panned out really well for them in game number 1. Game number 2, just not what they were looking for. They grab a Storm Spirit.
Here that we haven't seen for a while now, actually.
Yeah,
People have been playing Void Spirit a little bit. Emerald Spirit still the most popular one. Earth Spirit kind of dead, but Storm not picked up ever since they got rid of the side camp there,
10
which
seconds left. Well, 8 now.
Storm was like amazing in dealing with. Like they didn't end up buffing him again
5
after they nerfed the Null Talismans, which they didn't nerf the Null Talismans at first for.
Welcome
They
to
nerfed
another
Storm
exciting
Spirit.
game of
They got rid of the side camp, and now you just pick up a counter to the Storm Spirit in the mid lane. So
dude, this lane
every
is
time you want to walk
impossible.
up into the lane, yeah, it's impossible.
This lane is so. This is
This is
like
so impossible.
this lane is unbelievably bad for Storm Spirit. You have to massively misplay on this if you're Shadow Fiend. But we saw Sooth. He's already warmed up on this hero. He got it in game number 1. I don't know how about that one, dude. Storm is gonna have a rough time.
I mean, your movement speed is garbage. If you want to go into the jungle, you have to walk so far away. You can't farm up the small camp anymore. It's not there. You have to walk into the wave. Not to mention they buff Shadow Rays. Like, you're not careful, he stacks it up on you. You get hit by 2 of them, you're slowed along with your turn rate being slowed. SF can
We're
like
10
chase
seconds
you
out.
down, so you
Plenty of
need
time
early
to tell an
boots. That's
announcer
assuming
you love
Suits
'em,
doesn't just
if
get
that's what's
early
in your
boots to
heart.
match you.
We're
Like
starting
at
in
level
5
4, you
seconds,
move
with or
into the
without you.
jungle and you start farming incredibly slowly, and that's hoping he doesn't chase you in there. And unfortunately, you're playing against a Mirana as well who loves chasing heroes into the jungle. Like they've set themselves up for failure here with the Storm Spirit pick, but maybe these other heroes can pick up the slack. Hope, right? Right?
I mean, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not quite sold. I think this last pick Shadow Fiend is going to be a huge issue for Alpha once again, because not only do you have to deal with the Medusa having that Stone Gaze in the fights, but you now have Requiem, which is so difficult to play around. And you do have this like beefy Tide Hunter in the to be able to like kind of sit in the front lines. I don't know. I think the draft kind of rounds out well. We'll see how this Ursa does in lane. He's gonna have a way better time than what he did in game number 1.
Mhm.
So it might work. It might. It's just one of those things where like to play into the Medusa as an Ursa, a lot of times we see that like early diffusal rush, but because Shadow Fiend now exists in this game, if you go diffusal, you have no late game scaling now.
Yeah. Oh, look at the work cut out for them. I said it before. I said it afterwards. Cringe Crew all the way, baby.
I really like the new verse like introduction screens.
Ones with Roshan.
Yeah, I like the Roshan and the.
I saw the Mirana with the Arcana running away from the Roshan. Oh, sorry, the Persona, the anime Persona. Although I will say, this Mirana set that Flea has is far more anime than the anime set.
This is like the best Mirana set in the game. It is way better than the Persona.
100%. Flea may be cringe, but he's got a little bit of style with his hats.
Yeah, that was like probably one of the best ultra rares I think we've seen in a chest in a long time.
Oh, was it an ultra rare?
Yeah, it was an ultra rare from a chest, of course.
Oh, I might have gotten if it was an ultra rare. That's probably why I didn't. Unfortunate. Anyways, admin Nina said, Nina, oh my god. Nina's long gone. I forgot. They fired him. Anyways, admin Badger. What?
You didn't get fired? Oh my god. So mean.
Oh, right. He quit.
He's stepping back, my friend.
Yeah, whatever. I would have fired him. I would have said, you can't quit. You're fired. Admin Badger told me we were up to 6 minutes of pause time before this game here, so we're getting closer to the numbers that we faced yesterday, unfortunately.
We don't like pause time here. All we want is action, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble for the Nina slander. It's really funny though, to be fair. Oh, do you know that you can go to cinematic view? Or sorry, showcase view on one of the heroes?
Okay.
In one of the bases, and then you can click on the Aegis, and then you can zoom in and rotate the camera behind it. All right.
Okay.
And you can see that the names aren't printed on the Aegis in the back. Uh-oh, Valve.
Pretty sussy, honestly.
Yeah. Why are those things printed there that ain't supposed to be on the Aegis? You managed to pull it off?
Unrealistic. Yeah. Very unrealistic game we have here.
Yeah.
Still in beta, clearly.
I want my game to barely run because of the assets on this Aegis.
Sorry, the game barely runs anyway. Shout out to every patch reducing your FPS by like 90 out of nowhere.
That's not true. Remember spring cleaning?
That was what, 7 springs ago, I think?
Yeah, spring cleaning is hasn't happened in about as long as it's happened in my house.
No, they did they started, I mean, the quote unquote spring cleaning is just like the GitHub, or is that what is it? Right? Is it on GitHub? Whatever the thread is, where they just like post all the random bugs and they just like Jeff Hill just patches it.
What is a Jeff Hill?
He's like the one developer that works on Dota.
Hell yeah, let's go. Love you, Jeff Hill. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Keeping the dream alive.
If you would have told me like 2 years ago, or like any time during Dota's lifespan, that we would have like a single developer like taking community submitted bugs and problems and actually fixing them, I would have said you're a liar.
You would have said there was more developers or less?
I would have said that would never have happened. Like they would never have like had a community submitted type of bug reporting system that actually gets fixed, right? Because previously it was just Reddit, right? Reddit was like the forum for like, hey, this is broken, and then you know, when spring cleaning happened like 2.5 years later, it would get fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Looks like we're good to go.
Are we? Are we good to go? Lots of.
Oh, never mind. Alpha's not good to go.
Lots of honking here.
Yeah. Lots of boring stuff. I want to see gameplay, you guys. Badger, hit him with the rule book, please. How long do they have left for their pause time? I feel like it's been at least 2 hours.
It's been close at least.
Yeah. Well, this does give us time to break down the lanes at the very least. We talked about the SF1 in great detail. I feel like there's just absolutely no way for the Storm to play against it, especially after the buffs to raises.
Yeah.
I feel like the Undying ETA, that's right, Flea. Get his ass. Get his ass, Flea! Anyways, do you feel like the Undying lane is going to be as good this time around, or do you feel like it's just a life steal that it managed to dumpster?
I mean, the quote unquote dumpster of the lifestealer, like it did beat the lifestealer until level 3 and 4, and then there was nothing you could do. I think in this lane, it is still pretty good into the Ursa if that's where it ends up going, but I think it's likely just going to be like Undying and Medusa bottom into probably what Tusk Enigma. That's what I would guess. And it doesn't really do a whole lot against the Enigma. This is, once again, like, this was my biggest complaint about the Medusa pick, is they don't really have anything that's going to slow down Monster again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Monster is just going to be able to do whatever he wants this game. I mean, that's giving you a pretty good performance on the Enigma. I imagine it'll be pretty similar this time around. A little bit disappointed to see just like the Wraith Pack Totem pipe builds. Is there anything else that you think the Enigma could build up? I mean, I think there's at least a chance of him just like rushing a Blink Dagger, like a BKB, the Blink Dagger, but a lot of times people even go like Aether Lens instead of that.
All right, finally into the game. Sorry, I was too busy looking at what is this courier's name? I forgot. The new one, Pouches. One? I was too busy looking at Pouches because it's just the cutest.
Is that the one with 3?
No, Pouches is the new hamster courier that came with the battle pass.
Okay, yeah.
5-hero smoke from both teams here. Smoke is going to pop. They're going to find Monster. The question is, can they actually kill him? Arrow off the mark. Nice shards there to block the rest of the team off. And they will not catch anything.
It's a bunch of watermelons that kind of tentatively uses that taunt, huh? But anyways, yeah, they managed to dodge that one. They might run into Wiz here, though. He stands on top of the hill, so he managed to scout this one out. Unfortunately, not this time. Unless you can land like the sickest arrow of your life, Lee. No, he's not even gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's not the easiest setup there, but it's all right.
By the way, did you see that Flea said he needs to pick up his GF from the airport?
That's just a lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a blatant lie. He says that every single time. He only ever convinced me with it the first time.
Yeah, it's like I've never met someone who like flies as much as Flea's apparent girlfriend.
Yeah. This is all you. Flea's apparent girlfriend. Have you seen that man's Twitter?
I try not to.
The reason why they're called Cringe Crew.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they're called Cringe Crew because Flea is on the team.
He did. I thought I felt some sort of connection with him. He's playing in some turbo tournament that Nouns was hosting the other day. He was owning on my team. He ended up winning like $250, but he wasted it on some other stuff. Apparently, I don't know what happened exactly, but he said he was down bad again.
Oh no, my boy.
Maybe it was the other kind of down bad. Anyways, get back on topic, shall we?
Well, mid lane, Black Soul's about to die.
That's not true. Oh yeah, it's true.
Oh,
wait a second.
Yeah, there it is.
It's true.
And he buys the bottle. He might just die to the tower.
That's how aggressive you're allowed
fire.
To be. You're allowed to take like 10 tower shots on SF and still get the kill onto the Storm Spirit. I mean, we said it was bad. I didn't think it would be this bad though.
Oh, I did. As soon as he hit the second raise, I knew it was over. He did a really good job at stacking the raise timers so that they would be off. He'd always have like 2 off timers.
Glass half full kind of guy.
I mean, I saw him hit the second raise on a Black Soul, and I was like, yeah, Black Soul's dead. Like, he's level 1. He's getting shoved under the tower. He's dead. And, yeah, Suits is going to continue to play very aggressive here. He'll hit a second... No, he's not going to. He's going to bottle up.
No, he only has 1 stack of the raise on him right now.
Bottom lane, Widge is getting beat down by the Undying. I guess we could potentially focus on some of these other lanes, you know? Less interesting. It's fun watching a Shadow Fiend just body people, but...
getting pushed out. I mean, this is how you play against the Ursa in the lane. You just keep his HP as low as possible so he's not able to build up those stacks from a lengthy engagement with you with the various swipes. So he's sitting at almost nothing. He's hitting himself out salves, and meanwhile, Tidehunter here.
They're playing the lane very well with just going the Gush. Like, you just go Gush 1, you pick up that Blightstone, and you just do as much right-click damage as you can. Yadomi is in really deep. He's going to very much regret this one. Arrow is available, will connect, able to just dodge out from that Mirana. Question is, will they be able to finish him off? It is space for rises, though, because all these spells were thrown onto that Tidehunter, or onto the Mirana instead. MMR Tourist will pick up the kill, though.
Yep. A little bit of extra gold going his way. What's he got sent out right now? Just to ring a Basilius, so he wants to be able to continue to spam spells on the Ursa. They're doing such a good job of zoning him.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is all they need to do. Just honestly spam Gush off cooldown to try and just slow down rises in the lane and just get auto attacks in from the Mirana.
All right, meanwhile down the bottom lane, last hits to denies looking on this Medusa. I'm going to put this one under the microscope realm, make sure that...
Nice pull there.
Doing well, yeah.
This will kind of reset the creep wave as Monster again on the Enigma, able to just deny constantly. And this was the one thing I am a little bit worried about is he's not having a bad time at all in the Enigma. He is completely free farming here, and Realm in pretty deep. Gonna be able to set up a nice snowball here on Widge. Try to just burn through as much of this Medusa's mana as possible.
Wouldn't even say that it's about Monster having a good time. It's about Realm having a bad time. Like, you have 8 denies right now on the Enigma. This Medusa only has 8 last hits at the moment. Like, your game gets off to a rough start. You will not find the farm that you need to be able to, like, continue to shut down this Storm Spirit. You want to be able to play this fast to make it so Storm Spirit doesn't have time to, like, recover inside the jungle. But yeah, like you mentioned, he's getting just destroyed everywhere.
If he goes for this top rune, he dies.
Yeah, he can't do anything. This sucks.
Yeah, he's almost 2 full levels behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone who is like wondering how bad it, like I said, one of the worst matchups in the entire game for the mid lane. That's Death to the Tower, tier 2. Black Soul relegated to farming the jungle camp on his way back to the base.
Yep.
He's going to definitely TP mid to try and catch this wave, but Seuss does have 3 points in the raise. He's actually not even going to make it back in time. He's so slow. He doesn't even have boots. He just has 2 branches and a bottle. Yeah, he's real struggle bus.
Rises is struggling. So everyone is struggling so much. It feels like the only lane's going well for them is the bottom. Everyone is struggling in their own ways, though.
Well, bottom just ends up being a double kill for the Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Monster is absolutely destroying down here. The really unfortunate part of this is...
Jeez. Top lane rises, just gonna go for, oh, nice dodge there on that arrow, thanks to that Earth Shock, and Yadomi comes up, trying to dish as much damage out to Fleet as possible, but again, they're actually totally okay here. They've got
Yadomi
so
is
much
not so okay.
spells.
He's already down to 150 HP.
Yeah.
This is so rough for them. Storm Spirit, like we mentioned, has already retreated into the jungle.
Dude, this...
And...
Oh, okay. That's a kill.
Yeah,
Yadomi will trade back, though.
I think Rises gets punished for this pretty heavily as well. Yeah, he's just forced to walk away. But yeah, like I was saying, Storm Spirit already retreated in the jungle. He moves back in the lane for now. because the lane has pushed into his tower, but he is 2 levels behind the SF right now, almost 3.
He just forts the
oh my
wave.
god, he fortifies the wave deal him as well. Come on, man, leave him alone. Give him something.
Not the most useful fort. All right, Haste Rune picked up bottom. They get the
Yeah,
D
but
ward in the
that's
mid
psychic
lane.
damage right there.
Yeah. On his way back bottom here, Realm surrounded once again. Tombstone comes through, but the Eidolon's just chewing through the health here of this Medusa. Widge in a little bit deep here. Does have a snowball to dodge out the damage. He
On
does.
the tower shot, but
Warden
he
ends up getting him.
hit by the zombie. And Flea manages to find another kill off onto Yadomi here. They're between the tier 1 and 2 towers. Zeus does not give a heck. Again, 2 level advantage over Soul here.
I mean, that's a
Should
dead
one
mid
hero
tower
counter
almost.
another hero this badly?
Yep.
You think this is
That's
okay?
why we love Dota, man.
Right, skill issue, right?
Interesting. So he gets the tower and then instantly denies his ward there since he sees Widge come to lane with 2 sentries.
Yep. Wish manages to
And
clear
he's
that
dead.
one out, but he clears Wish out.
Yeah, 4 points in raise will do that. And Suits, like I said, he was warmed up on it in game 1. He is top the net worth right now. MMR Tourist, second on the charts. Having a great time in lane against this Ursa. And I imagine Suits is just going to try and take top tower. Like, I don't think they actually care at this point. They've got all the time that they need.
It's it's not a big stack, it's just a small stack. A little baby stack there. Alright, Soul is going to show himself in the mid lane again, but a danger approaches.
I mean, he finally hit level 6 here, so could be worse.
Yeah, he can at least get away now. But again, he has to expend part of his mana pool, which of course slows down his farm every time he does this. What's my net worth looking like? Alright, we're at 2.1k on the Storm Spirit and 4 on the SF, so he's almost twice as farmed as him.
I mean,
Top
this
lane,
being
the
said,
dive
like,
Yadomi
Realm isn't having a great time either, but oh my god, yeah, Yadomi. They do have a Ravage available. He might pop it, goes for it right away, ends up dropping onto 2, arrow to follow, connects onto the Tuscan. MMR Taurus just doesn't care. He's just tanking through all of this damage. Snowball on over to Flea. He's got another leap available. Flea does finish him off just before going down himself. So they'll be able to
I
just
mean, he
take the
can't
tier 1.
afford to die right now. He's got to pick his girlfriend up at the airport.
It's true.
All right, bottom lane. Let's talk about the lane going well for Alpha again. Enigma is at the top of net worth on his team, and he's pretty close to the top of net worth just in general. He gets 4.2k. He's got the Vlad son. What's he got flying out to him right now? I guess the other part of this Wraith Pack totem. But yeah, he's keeping Realm pretty shut down right now.
Yeah, Realm has to get out of this lane. I like, he actually cannot farm there, so he needs to just be anywhere else. Goes to the mid lane, gonna try and pick up what CS that he can. If he can manage to stay in front of this Ursa, the game looks pretty straightforward for Cringe Crew. But Monster, he's level 8, has the Wraith Pack totem nearly completed, if it isn't already done. Where is it? Okay, he's not quite complete. He's very close though.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting
And I mean, with the Medusa leaving the lane, unfortunately, this means that Monster is able to push the tower down. He's making such quick work with the Eidolons, but Tidehunter now finally coming into play here.
Yeah. This is who you need to have bottom. He's the only one who can try and like defend the tower.
You know
but
these mana regen the Tidehunter has.
they just deny the tower instead, actually. Well, I actually love this build. Yeah, Raindrops, Void Stone, Ring of Bassi. He's just going for a first item, Yule Scepter.
Yeah.
You know why? You get why? You have no setup for the arrow. So now you just have Yule's arrow.
Wouldn't Flea build the Yules in that case?
I mean, he can get it way faster on the Tide, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, usually when I see Yules have been picked up, it's because they're playing against like Break or something, and I don't see any Break.
No, I think it is literally just their arrow setup / like also catching the Ursa like during Enrage. Like it's the only thing that like prevents him from that just kind of wastes his time. So yeah, I think this is actually such a sick adaptation of like a Tidehunter build.
Yeah.
But 3K gold lead now for Cringe Crew as they just continue to farm. Suits actually going a little bit greedier than last time. We saw him pick up the BKB early. Now just going for that Chrysalis right away.
He must feel this under no threat. That's crazy. Rise is trying to play fast, by the way. He's not going for Battle Favor. Instead, he's going for a Diffusal Blade himself, which makes sense if you're against the Medusa.
Yeah, you have to.
You want to just be able to get through a mana. Yeah.
It is definitely the build to deal with the Medusa, but like I said, you also have the Shadow Fiend issue, which they're not going to be able to address with just having like a Diffusal on the Ursa. So that's got to come from somewhere else. Zeus pops the haste through, and he's going after Widge, man. Quick
he hates
courier.
his courier as well. The creep's gonna block him, and he doesn't want to walk up that hill. So instead, he's gonna turn his eyes bottom where
They popped
Monster
Black
is.
Hole and Ravage bottom, and Zeus is on the way. He's looking for Rises instead. There's no Enrage. Oh boy, that is very rough.
Yeah. Kill goes the way to flee.
All right,
And
they're
they're
going
gonna
for
try
the.
to snowball on top.
Ooh,
of
they
this
can get him here
SM.
actually. Requiem not gonna be able to happen. That's gonna be the Mortimer Kisses. A lot of damage and a great turnaround from Alpha. Really smart play from them.
Yeah. Storm Spirit managed to find himself a fairy trinket, by the way. So that's one item under his belt. The kill on the SF is all going to help him recover.
Tombstone
He's
down.
just farming up the creep camp while Widge gets killed, though.
Arrow not gonna connect. You know I was talking about. You do need the arrow set up from for that Yules, but a little miscommunication there. Undying now really far forward, trying to hold himself alive. Actually getting close, but finally does end up falling.
Yep. No Ravage available. They can't turn that one around. I mean, they need to be taking fights like this so Medusa can recover, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Medusa
not ideal
is,
if SF dies, but...
I mean, you just compare the state of the game, right, of the two cores for Cringe Crew to the Ursa. Like, he's the one who is going to actually scale into the late game to deal with them, and he is so far behind. And it's not like he's going the Battle Fury build either, so he does not have that, like, catch-up in the mid-game.
Yeah. Sorry, I was distracted by something. Apparently, ET needed me to swap some days with him around.
Oh, interesting.
I'm about to drop some ET slander, though. You know, I ended up subbing in for him a couple days with Kmart. I thought he was doing something kind of important.
No, he's on vacation.
Man went
right
to
now.
an anime convention.
Yeah, he's on vacation. Just like I was on vacation.
Not a reason that I swapped days for him. Also, his cosplaying in Denji, that does not count as a cosplay. You were just looking like a contributing member of society wearing that. You wear a dress shirt and a tie, that doesn't count. You're just a regular person.
Oh no! Did he like file his teeth or anything? Did he do anything cool like that? You know?
File his teeth. Did he file his teeth? Okay, there's things happening in the bottom. Like,
Yeah.
they're about to have a team fight here.
Well, Widge gonna get found there. They end up dropping the Tombstone. Udomi gonna try and clean it up, but a couple of the Mortimer dude, the flak damage is just chewing through these heroes. MR Taurus looking for the Enigma on the backside. He's got the Yules if he can find him. The arrow just connects anyway. Flee the op main. He's too good. No black hole available. Monster surely gonna tick down here. Drops the Wraith Pack Totem. Not much he can do about this one.
Yeah, he walked back and forth a couple of times, but they managed to find 3 kills. Definitely going too far. Top lane, though. Realm?
Realm's fine. Man, just got Stone Gaze. See ya.
Yeah, no Diffusal Blade yet on the Ursa either. Maybe that inhibit would slow him enough that he could find that kill as long as burn the mana, but not able to clutch that one out. So Rise is not doing too great. In fact, pretty far behind the Medusa. If you're not going the battlefield, you're essentially never going to catch up to the Medusa's farming speed.
Exactly. Ursa is a hero that tries to play from, you know, ahead, and instead this game you are really far behind.
Yep.
Into
5
two
king.
really strong counters as well. Like,
Yeah.
I think the itemization from Cringe Crew is actually just so good. Like, they just know that the Ursa is really the only thing they have to worry about in the late game. And they're going double Yule Scepter. So it's going to be a real pain in the ass. There's the Yules in the mid lane. The arrow to connect. Perfect setup there. Onto the test. The Starstorm to follow. And Widge goes down.
Yep. Udomi is going to try to use this opportunity to plant a deep Observer Ward. He's going to get away with it, too.
Very nice. And block the Ancients. Slick play from him. Onto the high ground here. Warren's going to walk in. Monster, he's got the black hole. Ends up just dropping it onto the Undying. The only thing you get out of it but rises. He's forced to run. The Yules is there.
No.
Oh, boy. Can he get out?
He's got no mana on the Titan. He can't throw a gush out.
He does. I mean, he has Ravage, but can't use it either. Big damage from the Mortimer Kisses. We'll find them. Tidehunter falling low, just blasted by the Snapfire. There's gonna be the Requiem coming through from Seuss, and they pop the Stone Gaze as well. The rest of the team trying to just run away, and yeah, they've managed to catch everything they wanted. Storm Spirit goes down, Snowball on forward onto Realm. They're gonna just lose everything here. Quick buyback on the run of Realm, trying to just TP on home. He's actually able to do it. Oh, wait a minute, big Tombstone. Yeah, you gotta be very careful. Arrow connects, in comes Flea on the Mirana. They're falling like flies, baby. Which no way to escape. And that is a rough turn of events there for Alpha. It was looking really good, but not so much anymore.
Wait a second, please.
He's
He's
going
on
for
a
the
leap
D
charge.
ward.
He's stuck on the hill now.
It's in 5 seconds. He'll be fine. Calculated.
Yeah.
Man, it looked like it was such a good turn of events for Alpha, and then just the buyback on the Mirana, the Undying Tombstone. So
yeah,
good.
I was surprised. I mean, I guess they just didn't have the damage to go through the Warden at that point. It already committed everything. It looked like it was going from bad to worse, but finally they managed to get away on the Medusa. Still, finding these kills in the suits is very big.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like, you kill the top net worth hero, this is how you get back in the game. The Storm Spirit all of a sudden is not doing... I mean, it's not great, but it's not as bad as it was.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, he's found some net worth. He's on his way to Akaya, but Roshan now available for the side of Cringe Crew. They have a DD rune. They don't really need to pop it. They're going to potentially try and take this fight here. All right, he pops a DD now. They do not want to risk it. Yadomi's on the side. He could go in with a pretty sick little cookie if it connects. Yadomi, cookie's out. Oh, the Aegis though picked up at the very last second there from the Shadow Fiend. A couple of quick auto attacks. Realm's gonna pick up that kill. Very nice attempt there from the Snapfire though.
Double damage rune definitely made Seuss life a little easier.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Robo drop. Oh boy.
Yeah. What's better than so you can pass it to the Medusa is the question. It is a really nice item on SF.
Yeah, I think you hold it on SF for now. Medusa's also got a Vambrace. So I think like just the longer attack range is better since he is just the right click damage of Shadow Fiend at this point.
Yep.
All top 3 net worth now. All of Cringe Crew.
Yeah.
Dude, they have a... Oh, okay, no, it's a 4-step. I literally
only
thought they
person
were
doing
building a third
remotely-
Yule Scepter.
The only person doing remotely well on their team is Monster.
Yeah.
This guy, excellent Dota player, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. No cares in the world. They just walk right up onto the high ground, drop the Tombstone. Yadomi gonna have to jump away there with that cookie. And the fortification's gonna come through, start clearing up this creep wave. Tombstone, does he heal it? He does. Oh, the arrows got him. Right on the money. Flea just too good sometimes. Jumping for Monster, the black hole's caught 3, but Taurus dodges it. What a sidestep. He gets him with the Ravage, and with that, the most farmed hero on the side of Alpha is down. Your base is crumbling. You've got another fortification now that they take to tier 3, but
I don't think
what
that's top
can you
speed.
do?
It buys you a couple seconds, but that's it. The Ursa's going to TP back to the base. He's forced to come back early. He doesn't have his BKB ready. He can't fight into them. The Storm, you know, thankfully he's a hero that's amazing at defending bases, but he's over trying to farm up his BKB as well. They're not ready to deal with this yet.
I mean, they've got Mortimer Kisses, but there's not really a like initiation from anyone. It's just like the Storm Spirit goes in with a Vortex or something, but they actually smoke. They want to fight with this Diffusal, I suppose. I can't imagine this is going to go well. Neph, who's their target? What do they have to do here? They see Suits. They're going to go right on top of the Shadow Fiend. The Mortimer Kisses to follow. That is going to be his Aegis to the backside of the fight. They're trying to cleave through some of these other heroes. Rises. His Enrage has already been spent, and that is all they're going to get. Warden up onto the high ground, though, went in a little bit too deep, so he will fall. They get themselves 1 kill. Monster looking potentially for more. They find the Tidehunter here, stuck inside the Malefice. Arrow caught the Snapfire. They dropped the Wraith back Totem, trying to keep him alive. One more auto attack. The high ground miss. It's not there. Widge with a Walrus punch. He came in to try and save his boy. Has the snowball. Sends it on over to the Mirana. But again,
now we're
just another one for the Shadow Fiend.
Too far away from the team. Soul's going to try to clear out this creep wave in order to stall this one out. I mean, he needs to buy a little bit more time. I mean, anytime he can buy for this black hole to come back up is important.
If they catch him with a Eul's, he's just dead. He needs to be so careful.
Yep. so he'll manage to dodge out, head back to base. I mean, wave's relatively pushed in. It'll take another like 20 seconds for the creeps to meet that tier 2 in the mid lane. Ursa's shoving out top. Bottom is pretty far shoved in. So they'll have time to finish up these BKBs before they manage to take another set of racks, I think.
Well, tier 2 tower, mid lane. Easily siege tiers again. Oh, they don't even have the presence or effects buildings yet. Oh my goodness, he's only level 14.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're just playing fast. They don't want to give the Storm Spirit or the Earth the opportunity to finish up these BKBs. Storm would be amazing at defending the base, just zipping in and out if he doesn't have to worry about getting Yule stuff, then follow up with the stun. If you can arrow immediately coming, or if you can BKB immediately after coming down from the Yules, then he's a lot safer.
Nice D-word there by Widge.
Double damage rune outside the pit again. SF will bottle that one up and probably save it for his high ground push.
He's going Blink Dagger next. Blink Dagger and an AC. I love this, man. He just... They know, man. It's just the Ursa. That's the only thing they have to worry about damage-wise.
Yeah. Ursa's almost on his BKB, though. Yeah, 400 gold off.
He also has the Brigand's Blade. Very, very good item for the Ursa.
Yeah. I mean, good item on almost any hero.
Widge, mid
Widge
lane.
keeps on putting himself in these super risky positions in order to, like,
He's got a
keep
Yule
wave
if he can
shoved
get
in
in
so they
range.
can't take objectives.
Oh, nice shards. Cookies him away. Leap in 3. He's just too fast. They're going to go for Yodomi instead, potentially. Arrow just off the mark.
Yeah, I just can't connect with anybody. Phase Boots Windlace on Wiz just makes it too hard to catch him.
That plus the bullwhip, right? Just super quick. All right. Turning their attention towards bottom lane, Cringe Crew wants to try and get this last tier 1. I mean, just the only outer towers that are left in the game, really, for the side of Alpha. They got no fortification, and Sue's just going to chew right through these with the DD.
Yeah. Very quick work there. BKB now completed on the Storm Spirit. But this is a big one that they were waiting on. So they can kind of defend their base now.
Can they? Because you got 2 ranged right clickers, both with like saves in the form of like
It's
a BKB
hard.
and a
It's
Stone
hard.
Gaze. Like, you got Ravage. No, is there a BKB on the Enigma? There's not. So there is just too many ways that they can cancel this black hole.
Yeah. The BKB on the Enigma is pretty poor. They're so far away from that one.
Yeah.
They did just complete the Blink Dagger in the previous fight.
Well, Tombstone goes down, instantly cleaned up, so they know where they are. Arrow, not on the mark. The tier 3 will survive for now, and with that, Cringe Crew is just going to back on out. Nothing really, no pressure for them, right? They are very happy to just get what they... Oh, never mind. They actually just smoke and turn around. Will they find anything? Rise in the mid lane. Yules. No real follow-up, but there's going to go ahead and be the Enrage, the cookie on forward. I mean, he's going to have to pop that BKB right away. There's the Ravage. Monster still fine on the backside. They have not found the Enigma. They need to be very careful about that. Zeus goes in, gets pulled there. The Black Hole's out. Zeus pops the BKB. The Requiem doesn't come out in time, and Rise is going to survive in the Black Hole. They've caught the Medusa Realm, trying to do what he can to just tank through all this damage, but it's not going to be enough. Cringe Crew get wiped instead. Big plays there from Alpha.
Yeah, they managed to dodge. Rises makes it back into the base. So with that, Netwood swings pretty heavily then. In fact, it was like a 5k swing. Oh, no, that's exaggerated. This is like a 4 or 5k swing after all is said and done. But yeah, the Black Hole comes out of Medusa after the Stone Gaze does. They executed that one exactly how they needed to. The BKBs were so important. Next team fight. I mean, if they can stall us out for another 140 seconds, the Enigma will have BKB Black Hole. And the only way of interrupting that one is going to be the Stone Gaze from Medusa.
Yeah, they managed to get Zeus like in the channel for his Requiem. They killed the Tide Hunter. You know, so there's no Ravage available. And yeah, that's the green light for the Enigma for sure. Top lane, MR Tourist is going to find the Enigma here. And they're just going to be able to surround him pretty easy. Ooh, they get the Yules there as well. Onto Yodomi and Fleet. Melee ranged arrow. Going to be enough to lock them down as they pick up 2 kills.
That's trying to play this one fast. Drops an observer ward as he goes down. Hopefully, I don't think they saw that one. Otherwise, it would have gotten dewarded immediately. Flea was holding on to 2 sentries.
Roche, almost instant respawn, so they're very happy about this one.
Yeah. Soul shoves in mid. He's holding on to a double damage rune as well. But I imagine... You think you just give this to Medusa and have her sit on top of the high ground and hit the building? Or do you give it to Sooth because he's more likely to die first if he's playing far
I think
forward?
you give it to the Shadow Fiend. Because Realm is more like counter initiation, to be honest. Yeah, and he grabs this shard as well, so Necromastery now has the toggle component where it applies fear and crit on the auto attack, which does pierce BKB, by the way. The fear does.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom
Very
tower is
cool.
getting
Yeah, it is very cool.
Does it still work if you can toggle it like twice? It doesn't eat the soul, but it still does the effect?
No.
Alright.
I don't know why he doesn't have it on autocast. It's just so strong.
Oh, because then you don't get to use it when you want to, and your damage goes down.
I mean, when farming, you should just have it on autocast. You get 2 souls per auto per kill, so you never run out.
I didn't even know that you could autocast it, but I guess.
Yeah, it's just a toggle, right? All right. 7k gold lead for Cringe Crew. Feeling a little bit more back in the driver's seat since they got the Aegis. That being said, though, Alpha's definitely not out. They are going to go for the Aghanim Scepter here on the Storm Spirit. Just another form of control. Ursa does have that BKB completed. We saw it in the last fight. Going towards a Blink Dagger. He's about 100 gold away if he can get to it. And Monster, 5 gold off his BKB. So this is going to be the go time. We'll probably see a smoke come out from them here in just a second.
Yeah, there's the BKB done. Titan Sliver found on so it's not bad. Gonna replace his Grobo finally is the question. The answer is where did the thing go? No, you have to go with that.
All right, there it is. Blink Dagger on rises.
Daedalus almost done on Sith. This is actually just gonna like 2-shot the Enigma. Like, yes, Enigma's a problem, but if you get on top of him with your Blink Dagger, you hit him twice, you break your black hole, you win the team fight.
I'm getting triggered. He doesn't have the autocast enabled. I know he plays this hero a lot, so I know he knows what it does. I just don't understand why it's not on.
Because he's better than you. Don't question him. This is the greatest SF player who ever lived. Okay? Show some respect. How about that, Ricky?
That's fair. Scotty almost completed on the Medusa as well, which is going to help quite a bit. They got the gem now on Flea, so they'll be able to just kind of limit the vision a little bit more from the side of Alpha. They do have that ward top, though. That's still pretty nice.
Now he's got it on autocast.
Did he? Shadow Fiend? Good.
Yep.
Good.
Good. I mean, the issue with it is you don't have time to clutch out the ability that you need. Like, if you forget about it as a team fight starts,
I mean,
you don't have time to like interrupt the black hole with it or something because it's on cooldown all of a sudden.
if someone like blinks on you and you just like are auto attacking down a wave, you just instantly half-second fear them because you get the attack off. It's pretty
Do you
good.
want to accidentally fear somebody because you have it on autocast?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like if like
Kind of sussy there, Ricky.
it's pretty good. Hey, he's just
Man,
gonna
he's
hold
making
the auto.
quick work of this tower. Oh my god, that is so frustrating to deal with. They can't take out the tombstone even with little shredder, so they just lose a Rax just like that.
Full lane of barracks, level 20.
They have to do something about this. It's just going to do the same thing over the mid lane pretty quickly here. All the lanes are being shoved in right now.
I mean, I don't know what you can do because you have to get the Shadow Fiend, but then there's just follow-up from the Medusa in the form of the Stone Gaze. And of course, Ravage as well. Like, there's not really a good solution on who to jump. Like, you have to black hole the Medusa. But then if without black holing the Shadow Fiend, I don't think you have the damage to kill him.
Yep.
So there's a lot on the line here. And like when we saw them go high ground, right? Shadow Fiend's on one side, Medusa's on the other. So like they're just positioning themselves really well.
really makes you. I mean, it was impressive they won the last team fight, but yeah, it is even harder this time around.
We got another minute on the Aegis. They're definitely looking to go for this.
Yeah, you
Mid
want to
lane.
make it use out of this Aegis. Like when you need the black hole to kill the Shadow Fiend, like having the second life becomes that much more important. Storm Spirit is still quite far away from his Aghanim Scepter as well. That could be another big tool. Like once they have black hole and the AoE electric vortex, it becomes even more difficult to push the high ground. Like I am not that concerned about the late game. I think Cringe Crew still are super strong going into it. But you definitely have like these super big team fight abilities that can just completely turn the game around.
Yeah, I
Which is something
think
you
the
wanna be
late
afraid of.
game.
It's easier right now than it will be later. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Uh,
But go
it's hard
ahead.
to say. Like I feel like Cringe Crew's late game scaling is just so good. But the only like kind of question mark is going to be the Storm Spirit Aghanim Scepter, because that is one of those like items and abilities that is just incredibly devastating in late game scenarios where you can just get like a 3-hero vortex and then you have like the black hole to follow it up as well. You can just like
Mhm.
bait with the Storm Spirit super easily. So it might end up paying off, but they've got to like stall this out long enough for him to get it, because he is still very far. He's almost 3,000 gold away from that Ags.
I don't think they have that kind of time either.
They do have
yeah,
a
maybe-
ranged barracks top at least, but they're definitely going to just barrel down mid here with this Aegis.
Mhm. Well, we'll see if they can bait.
There's the smoke. They want to take the fight to them. The question is, can they get the target they need? Oh, they jump in, they find Realm, and comes the Vortex as well. Medusa managed to get the Stone Gaze off. That's the way to delay. Monster once again has that black hole available, but rises, he's forced everything. He even loses the Tusk.
Yeah, I mean that's one tool that you got them to waste. It becomes easy to throw out the black hole now, at the very least.
And they just have 2 Force Staffs, a Glimmer Cape, the heals. Like, there's so many ways that they can keep these heroes alive. Like, the itemization from Cringe Crew is just super good. Idomi does manage to take down the Tombstone there.
Yep. So he's
And-
dropping kind of low as well. He's got 20 seconds left on the Aegis, and it looks like they might just retreat off of this one.
Yeah, that might be the backup time. And you know,
Again,
they chipped the tier 3 for sure. Decent chunk of damage.
without the Stone Gaze, it becomes much more dangerous to fight into the black hole.
Absolutely. Especially as Aegis expires. Again, because that's how the like team fight plays out, right? They either black hole the Medusa to prevent the Stone Gaze, or if Stone Gaze is down, they can just black hole the Shadow Fiend. So
Yeah.
smart disengage. Mirana's actually just going for the Wind Waker. Wants to be able to save her allies.
Hmm.
I mean, it is kind of just save the boys.
Huh?
Yeah, it is kind of just save the boys. They've got, again, Force Staff Glimmer, Force Staff here, Yule's now into a Wind Waker almost. Like, they just want to keep their team alive. Stall out the fights, right? If they manage to prevent Ursa from being able to, like, burst down a hero in, like, a black hole, they might be able to do it. Smoke into the top lane. Alpha looking for their target, but Cringe Crew is nice and safe on their side of the map right now.
Yeah, and they're positioning the ward in front of everyone else. They lose him, it's not the end of the world. Flea on top of the hill again. But
He's going to get found. Oh, they jump in. They got Warden, and that will be a nice pickoff. Question is, do they look for more? There is the blink, the ravage. It catches 3 on the backside. The question is, can they get to the Enigma? The BKB is available. He's going to get caught by a Yules for now. Monster trying to run, but there is just way too much damage. That BKB ain't going to do anything against that. They've caught Yadomi on the far side as well. Double kill for Zeus. Realm picks up another.
yeah, and Sooth's shoving down the mid lane while this is happening. He's looking for objectives off of this one. You do have buyback available on the Enigma, but you don't have a BKB to pair with your black hole.
Yeah, they're
They
going
have
to
to
try.
buy back
Oh, he
here,
pops
though.
the
They
BKB,
need
gets
to be able to
feared.
take this fight.
Oh, Black Soul has to be very careful. Snowball in, rises, will take down Warden. That's going to be a dieback of Yules. He's caught the Ursa. The BKB going to be forced, tries to cook him up onto the high ground, but Sooth just jumps in, chases for more, gets Yadomi. The big crit from him. He's stuck here, though. Requiem going to be channeled, does catch the fear. Ursa, he's in trouble. Can he get help? It's going to be a little bit of space, but Black Soul's out of mana. He goes down, but a Black Hole canceled by the Yules. No BKB to save him. Widge going in, trying to do what he can, but the damage is just too much. The They've got nothing left in the tank. The GGs come out, and Cringe Crew managed to keep their tournament lives alive.
Alpha, unfortunately, not going to be so lucky. I mean, that last team fight there, they managed
So
to catch
close.
out. Yeah, they managed to catch up those heroes, but the Stone Gaze ends up getting activated, and you can never turn around and drop that black hole because the Enigma would just had to leave. So extending a little bit too far out of their base, trying to do something other than just take these defensive fights on Alpha, and they end up paying the price for it. But despite the fact they put up some good defenses towards the end, it is pretty clear that Cringe Crew was going to win this. I mean, from the lanes alone, it was only Monster who was really doing that, while the other two lanes were getting completely bodied, man. That Essa
Very
versus
much
Storm
so.
matchup is not fun to play.
Dude, I mean, for those of you who missed the beginning of this game, right? Shadow Fiend just dives the tier 1 tower, takes like 7 tower shots, and just kills the level 1 Storm Spirit with the level advantage. He comes back to lane, almost kills him again, and Storm Spirit was like level 4 when Shadow Fiend was 7, I think. So it was not looking good. It was a very rough start to this game. So that's just how it is. That lane matchup is almost it is unplayable for the Storm Spirit, but just really good plays overall from Cringe Crew, and another great draft from them.
Yeah, but congratulations to Cringe Crew. They're going to be the team to move forward here, if I'm not mistaken, Ricky.
Yep, they are. They're going to advance to phase 2. Unfortunate for Alpha, as they are now out of the tournament, but we have one other series here today that's coming up. It is 5-Rat, 4-Staff versus No Runes, and they are going to have a fun one. Neph, you wanted to say something?
No, just that next series we're gonna have a very special guest. May have leaked that one
Oh.
earlier, but for anyone who wasn't there for that leak, look forward to it.
That should be good. We'll have a tri-cast set up here in the next game. So we'll see you all in a little bit. Stay tuned for more here on the BTS Pro Series Season 13.